Let's start with an example. You've just purchased a new house and taken a mortgage for $100,000. The interest rate is 12% compounded monthly, and you will make payments for 25 years. Find the size of the monthly payment. So here we're going to assume that the amortization is 25 years, and so we're going to work out our payments as if we're paying for 25 years. We know, though, that our term is probably shorter. After 5 years, interest rates will have gone up or down, depending on what's going on in the world. So let's fill out our calculator. Our mortgage is for $100,000. I like to make my present value positive, but some people really like to make them negative to show that they're borrowing money. Either one is fine with me, as long as your present value and your payment are opposite signs. Your future value, though, should always be 0, because when you pay off a loan, you pay it off completely unless you're told otherwise. With a mortgage, any money you pay at the beginning is considered part of the down payment, so we're always going to treat this as an ordinary annuity. In this case, our interest rate is 12% compounded monthly, and we're going to make payments. Let's assume those are monthly payments because that's typical. For 25 years. So 25 times 12 is 300 years. In general, you're going to see that mortgages in Canada tend to be general annuities, but for now we're going to stick with something fairly simple. So let's work this out. Start with PYCY. Make that 12, already seem to be there. 300 is our month. Our interest rate is 12, high interest rate. We've borrowed $100,000. That's our payment, our present value, and our future value is 0. So when I compute payment, I end up with this number. This is really important. You can't pay 22.4 cents. If we rounded down a little, at the end of 25 years, we'd owe the bank money. The bank is not okay with that. So with our payment, we're always going to round up, sometimes to the next cent. And then our payment would be, and we're going to do this, negative 1053.23, or even next dollar. Sometimes we might even round up to the next $100. In this case, it says in the next cent. Cent is 2 decimal places. We're going to be using our calculator to do a lot of the work for us, so we need it to be correct. In order to do that, we're going to have to re-enter our payment. It's a really important step. $1,053.23. Press payment, and then press compute N. Now you'll notice I've got a negative N. That's because I forgot that negative sign on purpose, but still, if your N makes no sense, you know you made a mistake. Let's go back to that payment and make it negative. And when I recompute the N, now I should get something a tiny, tiny bit smaller. 994987. So you're looking for something that's a tiny bit smaller than 300, or your original N. That means you're going to make 299 payments of the same size and one itty bitty little payment that will be different.